What if I told you your bones aren't quite as strong as they seem? That right now, without you even knowing, they might be silently losing strength, transforming from sturdy supports into a fragile structure. Today, we're going to talk about osteoporosis and debunk 5 common myths that keep us from protecting our skeletal health effectively. And trust me, some of these will completely change the way you think about maintaining healthy bones. Imagine your bones are like a dense sponge. With osteoporosis, the holes in this sponge become larger and larger, and its walls grow thinner. The bone becomes brittle and can fracture even from minor stress, like an awkward movement or a fall from your own height. It's no wonder osteoporosis is often called the silent thief. It steals bone strength over years, completely unnoticed. Let's start with the most deeply ingrained misconception. Myth number 1. Osteoporosis is an exclusively female disease, and honestly, it's easy to see where this myth comes from. Everywhere, from vitamin ads to magazine articles, the focus is always on women going through menopause. The sharp drop in estrogen levels does indeed take a significant toll on bones, and women are, without a doubt, in the primary risk group. But here's the stark truth. Men break bones too, and they break them often. Thinking that a strong male skeleton is somehow immune to this problem is a dangerous mistake. The statistics speak for themselves. Approximately 1 in 5 men over the age of 50 will experience an osteoporosis-related fracture in their lifetime. 1 in 5. That's millions of men who believe they're safe, while their bones are silently losing strength. The reasons? As men age, their hormone levels also decline, particularly testosterone, which plays a crucial role in protecting bones. Plus, unhealthy habits like smoking and excessive alcohol consumption impact the male skeleton just as much as the female. And most alarmingly, the consequences of fractures in men are often more severe. So remember, osteoporosis doesn't discriminate by gender. It's a shared concern, and it's just as important for men to understand osteoporosis prevention as it is for women. Let's move on to the second, equally pervasive myth. Osteoporosis only affects the elderly. We've all seen those ads with smiling seniors, so it's easy to think, that's definitely not me. Retirement is decades away. But think again. Let's picture your skeleton as a bank account. During childhood and adolescence, we actively deposit bone mass, building up our initial capital. By around age 30, we hit our peak bone mass, the highest balance our account will ever hold. After that, whether we like it or not, a slow withdrawal process begins. Your body starts to lose bone tissue just a little faster than it can create new. And this is where the real truth lies. If you built up a substantial capital in your youth through good nutrition and an active lifestyle, you'll have more to spend later in life without severe repercussions. But if your initial investment was small, that account will deplete much faster. That's precisely why thinking of osteoporosis as a problem for distant old age is like starting to save for retirement on the very day you plan to retire. Your diet and lifestyle in your 20s, 30s and 40s directly determine how fragile your bones will be in the future. So no, it's not just an old person's disease, it's the cumulative result of our entire life. And now, for the third and perhaps most insidious myth, that you'll simply feel your bones becoming weaker. This is one of the most dangerous misconceptions out there. We're accustomed to our bodies signalling us with pain when something's amiss. A tooth aches, a stomach cramps, a head throbs. So it's logical to assume that if our bones start to deteriorate, we'd feel that too. But osteoporosis is a master of disguise. The actual process of bone loss is completely painless. Your bones can become progressively more porous and brittle for years without you noticing anything at all. No dull ache, no discomfort, no red flags whatsoever. Absolutely nothing. This is precisely why osteoporosis is known as the silent epidemic. It creeps up on you unnoticed. So when does pain finally arrive? Pain only emerges when it's already too late. It arrives hand in hand with the first fracture. Perhaps you make an awkward turn and feel a sharp shooting pain in your back. That's a weakened vertebra fracturing. or you might simply slip on a level surface and break your wrist. Pain itself isn't a symptom of osteoporosis. It's an alarming and, regrettably, late-stage consequence. To wait for pain is to wait for a fracture. Alright, let's talk about nutrition. Specifically, let's debunk myth number 4, that all you need for strong bones is to drink plenty of milk. Our mothers and grandmothers always told us growing up, drink your milk, it'll give you strong bones and teeth. And while they weren't entirely wrong, they were only partially right. Calcium, which milk is rich in, truly is a primary building block for our skeleton. Imagine your bones are a brick wall. Calcium is the bricks themselves. Without them, you certainly can't build a wall. But what happens if you just pile up a bunch of bricks? You won't get a wall. You need cement to bind them together. In our bodies, vitamin D plays the role of this cement. Without enough vitamin D, the calcium from your food simply can't be absorbed and reach your bones. It will effectively just pass through your system. You can drink litres of milk, but if you have a vitamin D deficiency, your bones will still be starving for calcium. What's more, for truly healthy bones, you also need other essential workers, like magnesium, phosphorus, zinc, and vitamin K. They all play a crucial part in the complex process of building and strengthening bone tissue. So building strong bones isn't just about calcium. It requires a whole complex of elements, and of course sufficient sunlight or supplements for vitamin D intake. Focusing solely on milk is like trying to build a house with nothing but bricks. And now for myth number 5, a misconception that paralyzes many with fear. If you have osteoporosis, you must avoid physical activity. At first glance, this sounds entirely logical. If your bones are as fragile as glass, any misstep could indeed lead to a disaster. Why take the chance? It seems safer to stay home, move as little as possible, and protect yourself. This fear is perfectly understandable, but it's a trap. The truth is, our bones operate on a use it or lose it principle. Bone tissue actually strengthens in response to physical load. When we walk, run, or lift something, we create a tiny beneficial stress on our skeleton. In response to this stress, your body sends a clear signal. Hey, we need to be stronger here. And it begins to fortify the bones in that very spot. But a complete lack of load sends the exact opposite message. This support isn't needed anymore. We can break it down. As a result, bones begin to lose mass even faster. This creates a vicious cycle. Fearing a fracture, people stop moving, which makes their bones even weaker, and paradoxically increases their risk of fracture even more. Naturally, we're not talking about extreme sports here, but safe controlled exercises like walking, Nordic walking, swimming, and specific therapeutic exercise programs are not just permitted, they are absolutely essential. The right kind of carefully dosed physical activity for osteoporosis isn't a risk. It's one of your most powerful medicines. And now, for the most crucial revelation, the one that changes everything. Do you know what the most dangerous aspect of osteoporosis is? It's not just the fragility of the bones themselves. It's what we call the fracture cascade. The statistics are stark. After a first osteoporosis-related fracture, say of the wrist or a vertebra, the risk of experiencing a second fracture within the next year increases 5-fold. Think about that, 5 times. It's like a snowball effect. One break weakens the entire system, placing extra strain on other parts of the skeleton and triggering a chain reaction. A first fracture isn't just an injury. It's a blaring siren, screaming that your entire skeletal system is at risk. To ignore it is to jeopardize not just your health, but the quality of your entire life moving forward. As you can see, osteoporosis is far more complex than just old bones. It's a silent yet extremely dangerous adversary. But the good news is, by understanding these myths, we can combat it more effectively. Simple, timely prevention of osteoporosis can work wonders. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. If you found this information new and useful, please give us a like and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming episodes. Now, a question for you. What health myths have you encountered? Or perhaps you know other important facts about osteoporosis worth discussing. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's build stronger health together.